185-191 and 210, 106-171, 385, 206, and 307. Seven events. Take your places, couples. Waltz music, please. And let's hear it for that beautiful waltz. Thank you, dancers. We continue now with heat number 102. This time the dance is tango. We have our 10 couples dancing again. Find your places. Tango music, please.
Thank you, dancers. Next up, heat number 103. We have the same 10 couples. And music, please.
Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. Don't treat me so mean. You're the meanest old woman that I've ever seen. I guess if you say so, now I have to pack my things and go. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back.
Well done, dancers. Heat number 104 is next. We have 8 couples in 4 events. The dance is Vinnie's Waltz. And music, please.
And the Viennese Waltz. Very nice dancers. Thank you judges. We're now going to an awards presentation. We'd like to ask Stephen Hillier hand out our first place awards, Oleg Yedlin our second, and Chuck Danza our third place awards. We need all of our competitors to join us out on the dance floor as quickly as possible. All right, we're going back to heat number 73. The dance was waltz. We have a first place award to Bruce and Nicole, first to Jack and Alan, first to Marie, Franz, and Christian. In our full silver B1, we have a third to Ginny and Gleb, second to Catherine and David, and a first to Vanessa and Alexander. Heat number 74, the Foxtrot, first to Bruce and Nicole, first to Jack and Alan, first to Marie, Franz, and Christian. Third to Catherine and David, second to Vanessa and Alexander, and first to Ginny and Gleb. Heat 75 is the Tango, first to Bruce and Nicole, first to Marie, France, and Christian, first to Rick and Tina, third to Ginny and Gleb, second to Catherine and David, first to Vanessa and Alexander. Heat number 76, Viennese Waltz, third to Sharon and Tom, second to Ginny and Gleb, and a first to Vanessa and Alexander. Heat 77, the Free Silver Waltz, third to Lori and Javier, second to Catherine and David, first to Sheila and Sergey. Third to Marie and Alexander, second to Doreen and Alexander, and a first to Darlene and Nigel. Heat number 78, the Tango. Third to Lori and Javier, second to Catherine and David, first to Sheila and Sergey. Third to Marie and Alexander, second to Doreen and Alexander, and a first to Darlene and Nigel. Heat 79 is the Foxtrot. Third to Lori and Javier, second to Sheila and Sergey, first to Catherine and David. Third to Marie and Alexander, second to Darlene and Nigel, and first to Doreen and Alexander. Heat 80, the Viennese Waltz. We have a third to Lori and Javier, second to Sheila and Sergey, and a first to Catherine and David. Also a first to Doreen and Alexander. Heat number 81 is the Waltz. Third place award in the B1 to Susan and Dennis. Second to Caroline and Jonathan, and a first to Catherine and David. Second to Rick and Tina, and a first to Lance and Borbala. Also a first to Jim and Marjana. Heat 82 is the Tango. Third to Susan and Dennis. Second to Caroline and Jonathan, and a first to Catherine and David. Second to Rick and Tina, first to Lance and Borbala, and a first to Jim and Marjana. Heat number 83 is the Foxtrot. Third to Susan and Dennis. Second to Caroline and Jonathan, first to Catherine and David. Second to Rick and Tina, first to Lance and Borbala, first to Jim and Marjana. Heat number 84, the Viennese Waltz. Third to Susan and Dennis, second to Caroline and Jonathan, and first to Catherine and David. Second to Rick and Tina, first to Lance and Borbala, and a first to Jim and Marjana. Heat number 85 is the Waltz, first to Bruce and Yuki. In the B1, we have a third to Caroline and Jonathan, second to Susan and Dennis, and a first to Catherine and David. Also a first to Jack and Ella, and a first to Tom and Marjana. Heat number 86 is the Tango, first to Bruce and Yuki. Third to Sharon and Tom, second to Susan and Dennis, and a first to Catherine and David. First to Jack and Ella, and a first to Tom and Marjana. Heat number 87 is the Foxtrot, first to Bruce and Yuki. Third to Susan and Dennis, second to Sharon and Tom, first to Caroline and Jonathan, first to Jack and Alan, first to Tom and Marjana. Heat 88 is the Viennese Waltz. A tie for third between Amy and Bill and Sharon and Tom, third for both couples. Second to Susan and Dennis, and a first to Caroline and Jonathan, also a first to Tom and Marjana. Heat number 89 is the Waltz. Second to Sharon and Alexander, first to Allison and David, first to Jack and Alla, second to Rick and Tina, first to Lance and Borbala. In the 82, third to Sheila and Sergey, second to Jan and Alexander, and a first to Patricia and Slavik. Also first to Amy and Bill. Heat 90, the Tango. Second to Sharon and Alexander, first to Allison and David, first to Jack and Alla, second to Rick and Tina, first to Lance and Borbala. Third in the A2 to Jan and Alexander, second to Sheila and Sergey, and a first to Patricia and Slavik. Also first to Amy and Bill. Heat 91 is the Foxtrot. Second to Sharon and Alexander, first to Allison and David, first to Jack and Alla, second to Rick and Tina, first to Lance and Borbala. Third to Jan and Alexander, second to Sheila and Sergey, first to Patricia and Slavik, and a first to Amy and Bill. Heat 92 is the Viennese Waltz. Second to Sharon and Alexander, first to Allison and David, second to Rick and Tina, first to Lance and Borbala. Third to Sheila and Sergey, second to Jan and Alexander, and a first to Patricia and Slavik. First to Bruce and Nicole in heat number 93, that's the Waltz, first to Doreen and Alexander. Third to Emily and Nigel, second to Judy and Marcin, and a first to Carolyn and David. Second to Amy and Bill, and a first to Ginny and Gleb. Heat number 94 is the Tango, first to Bruce and Nicole, first to Doreen and Alexander. Third to Emily and Nigel, second to Allison and David, and a first to Carolyn and David. Second to Amy and Bill, and a first to Ginny and Gleb. Heat number 95 is the Foxtrot, first to Bruce and Nicole, first to Doreen and Alexander. In the beat 2, we have a third to Emily and Nigel, second to Judy and Martin, and a first to Carolyn and David. Second to Amy and Bill, and a first to Ginny and Gleb. Heat number 96 is the Beanies Waltz, first to Doreen and Alexander. Tie for second place between Judy and Marcin and Emily and Nigel. First place award to Carolyn and David, first to Ginny and Gleb. Heat number 97 is the Waltz, first to Doreen and Alexander, third to Allison and David, second to Emily and Nigel, and a first to Carolyn and David. First to Juan and Alan, first to Tom and Marjana, and a first to Carolyn and Alosha. Heat number 98 is the Tango, first to Doreen and Alexander. In the B2, we have a third to Judy and Marcin, a second to Emily and Nigel, and a first to Carolyn and David. First to Juan and Alan, first to Tom and Marjana, and a first to Carolyn and Alosha. Heat number 99, the Foxtrot, first to Doreen and Alexander. Third in the B2 to Judy and Marcin, second to Emily and Nigel, first to Carolyn and David. First to Juan and Alan, first to Tom and Marjana, and a first to Carolyn and Alosha. And that does conclude our awards at this time. Congratulations to all of our competitors. Thank you to our presenters. Hold on 1 second. We need our present, yes, we're gonna do, we got 4 more heats to present. We need our awards presenters back to the floor real quick. We got a couple more heats to do. Starting with heat number 104. Heat number 104, the dance was Beanies, 100, we're going to 100, my mistake. Beanies Waltz. We have the first to Doreen and Alexander. In the B2, we have a third to Allison and David, a second to Emily and Nigel, and a first to Carolyn and David. First to Tom and Marjana, and a first to Carolyn and Alosha. Heat 101 is the Waltz, first to Jack and Alla. Third to Catherine and David, second to Sheila and Sergey, and a first to Patricia and Slavik. Also a first to Tamiria and Jonathan, first to Monica and Alexander, first to Lance and Borbala, first to Sumiko and Alex, the first to Jim and Marjana. Heat 102, Tango, first to Jack and Alla. Third to Sheila and Sergey, second to Catherine and David, and a first to Patricia and Slavik. First to Tamiria and Jonathan, first to Monica and Alexander, first to Lance and Borbala, first to Sumiko and Alex, and a first to Jim and Marjana. In Heat 103, the Foxtrot, first to Jack and Alla. In the A2, third to Catherine and David. We have a tie for first place between Patricia and Slavik and Sheila and Sergey. Also first place to Tamiria and Jonathan, first to Monica and Alexander, first to Lance Borbala, first to Sumiko and Alex, first to Jim and Marjana. And in 104, the Beanies Waltz, third to Sheila and Sergey, second to Catherine and David, and a first to Patricia and Slavik, first to Tamiria and Jonathan, first to Monica and Alexander, first to Lance Borbala, first to Jim and Marjana, and that does now actually conclude the awards. Thank you. Judges, we're asking that you use traditional sheets for the next set of events. Bring our judging panel back to the dance floor. We need our judges back to the dance floor, please, with traditional sheets. And we now move on. We're going to some multi-dance championships, starting with heat number 105. This is the semifinal round of our closed bronze American Smooth Championship. Judges, 13 couples coming to the dance floor. 103, 125, 129, 143, 163, 173, 181, 188, 206,